me the nod when you're ready. Good morning, Baxenden.
Good morning, Mrs. Green. Good morning, everyone.
Now, a slightly different worship today because I have Year 3 and Year 4 in the hall for a change. So everybody else is going to be watching this in their classrooms. And we are going to carry on with our theme of generosity. And today we are going to be looking at God loves a cheerful giver. So we're going to start, as we normally do, with our words of welcome. So I would like everybody to join in, please. So, we have gathered together in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, to worship together and think about our value of generosity. I would like you to put your hands together, please, and close your eyes, and join me in saying the school prayer. Dear God, bless our school, that working together and praying together, we may learn to serve you and to help one another. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Now, in the hall, you were fantastic. It might be quite tricky for you in the classrooms to actually say the words at the same speed we say them. So we are saying them a little bit slower, so hopefully we can all say it together. So the next thing, what do we say after we've said our prayer to help us as a school family? What do we say? Right at the very back, Abigail. Our school vision statement, okay, which is what we are all working towards. So let's all say this together.
Our school helps us to walk with Jesus, to be the best that we can be. Through God's love and guidance, we create an ethos of shared endeavour, friendship and cooperation to help us flourish academically, emotionally and spiritually.
And hopefully one day we'll know all of that vision statement off by heart and we won't even need to see the words. Some of you already know it now. So we're going to be looking at a little bit of the Bible from the book of Corinthians, and it's in verse 9. And it is called, the Bible quote is, God loves a cheerful giver. Because the way in which you give something makes a huge difference. You can have a really, really expensive gift, and if you don't give it away very nicely, it spoils it a bit. So, do you know how I give cheerfully? I give cheerfully because I sponsor a child, okay? And she's called Juliet, and she's in Africa. But if you're a member of my school council, if you're in the classroom now, or you're sitting here and you know you're a member of my school council, we are going to be choosing a child to sponsor for the school. So as a school, we're going to be sponsoring somebody. But that's in the future. Okay. So today I'm going to tell you a story about how different people treat somebody called Freddie. Freddie has got a brother called Pete, who was poorly and needed to be in hospital. And he started to get better, and Freddie wanted to show how much he loved all of the hospital staff who had been caring for his brother by raising some money for some special equipment. Now I know somebody raised some money for one of our hospitals when we were in lockdown. Who was it?
Oh, it was Dennis.
Dennis raised some money for the care home, but also it wasn't just Dennis. Who else raised some money for the early baby unit? It was, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Lola, okay, who raised some money for babies who were born early. But in my story, Freddie completed a 50-mile bike ride. And I know that Imam did some sponsoring bike rides as well during lockdown to raise some money. So Freddie had finished his sponsored bike ride and he had to go and collect all the money from people. So first of all, he went to Stella. He said, Stella, I did the bike ride and I'm starting to collect the money in. And Stella said, that's brilliant, Freddie. Do your legs ache? I bet they must do. Freddie said, oh, it was worth it even though I'm sore. So Stella said, let me go and get my money straight away for you. She went to her bag and got the money. Okay. Then Freddie went to James. James said, hey Freddie, 50 miles, that was amazing. Did you have to carry the tent on your bike? Freddie said, no, my dad carried it on his bike. James said, here's the money, you deserve it. And he got it straight out of his pocket. Freddie went to somebody called Sam. Hey Sam, have you got your sponsor money? I've done the bike ride. Sam started to stutter a little bit. My mum did give it to me, but I really wanted to spend it on those football cards. I'm not sure. Oh, I suppose I should hand it over. And he went in his pocket and pulled the money out and gave it to Freddie. Okay. And he collected all of his sponsor money for the people in the hospital. And now I want you to reflect on that story. Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and then in your classrooms you can pause the video for a minute if you wanted to, and in the hall you can talk to your partner. The questions are, how do you think Freddie felt after Stella and James gave him their sponsor money straight away? And how do you think he felt when Sam gave him his sponsor money? So have a little chat about it now. So you've all had time to have a chat. So how do we think Freddie felt after Stella and James gave him their sponsor money, Holly?
I think he felt very happy.
Why?
Because they just gave it straight to him and they were happy for him.
Brilliant. So they gave it very cheerfully. Did anyone else have any other words other than happy? Yes, at the back. Ava.
I think he was feel like he was very thoughtful.
Wonderful. He thought they were thoughtful. Ashton.
Grateful.
Grateful. That's a wonderful word. Arhill.
Helpful.
And very helpful. And finally, Eli.
Generous.
He thought they were generous. Okay, so he felt overwhelmed and happy. How do you think he felt when Sam handed his money over? Summer.
You maybe felt curious.
I don't think it's curious. Go on, Ellie.
A bit sad.
Why did he feel sad?
Because he was going to spend his money on the football card instead of giving the money away.
That's right, because he wanted to spend it on himself, didn't he, did Sam? Yes.
Sam was a bit selfish.
A little bit, wasn't he? Because should he have said anything to Freddie? What should he have done? Go on at the back.
He should have just given it straight to.
Exactly. If you sponsor somebody, it's because you want to sponsor them. Okay, and finally Abigail at the back.
I think Sam felt a little bit guilty because he did ask him for it.
Yeah, but should he have felt guilty? He shouldn't have done, because he should have handed that money straight away. So, what charity event are we looking forward to this week? Oh, Abigail's hand was straight up.
The cake day.
Yeah, the Macmillan Coffee Morning. Now, it's going to be very different this year because we can't have our mums and dads coming in, but in the classrooms you are going to have buns and you're going to have drinks, and we're going to have a quiz, and we're going to do it all on Zoom. So I am going to invite every class into a Zoom meeting, and I'm going to do a quiz for you, and we're going to have quizzes. But in order to raise money, what do we need you to do? Go on, Henry.
You need to bring like £1 in or more.
A minimum of £1, if possible, okay? Or if you've got more, if you've got some pocket money change, that's absolutely fine. Bring what you can and bring what you want to, because our theme is God loves a cheerful giver. You have to give what you can. Yes, Isla? It's on Thursday. Okay? This Thursday coming? Yeah. Okay? So make sure if you've got that pocket money, take it out of your money box, you know, speak to your mum and dad, but you only give what you want to give to help other people. Okay? So, I want you now, I'm going to leave you, before we say our prayer, with a little thoughtful quote. A community flourishes when people plant trees under which they will never sit. That's a bit confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
A community flourishes, that means they do really well, when people plant trees under which they will never sit. What does that mean? You're planting a tree, but you're never going to sit under it, so what are you planting it for? Yeah, Annie.
Does it mean that people plant trees when someone cuts it down right away?
Well, not quite, but that's a really good guess, Arhill.
Is it for oxygen?
Not quite. We'll have one more guess. Go on.
Is it for other people to sit in?
Yeah, it's not quite about trees. They've used trees as an example, but a community flourishes when people do things for other people and not for themselves. So in this Greek proverb, people have planted trees for other people to sit under, and they'll never sit under them. Why will somebody never sit under a tree?
Because they planted it for other.
Yeah, because it takes years and years to grow, doesn't it? So if you plant it, you're doing it for other people, and it means you do things for other people, even though you might not benefit from them. Do you understand what I mean? So when we raise money for Macmillan, we're not raising money for ourselves, we're raising money to help people who suffer from cancer, to help them get the support. So let's all put our hands together, please. Father God, we praise you for all that you have generously given to us. Thank you for our families and friends. Thank you for our bodies, our minds, and all that makes us unique as your children. Inspire us to be generous in return, sharing what we have willingly and cheerfully given. In the name of your Son Jesus, who gave his life for us. Amen.
Amen.
So I can't wait to see you all on Thursday in our coffee morning. Until then, thank you very much.